Okay guys, Mr. Medine here, and today we're going to be doing lower extremities. In fact, we're doing ankle, and for the ankle we're going to be doing the AP. We'll go ahead and do the medial oblique at 15-20 degrees, which is the Mortise. We'll do 45-degree AP oblique, and then we'll go ahead and do a lateral oblique, AP lateral oblique at 45 degrees as well, and then we'll go ahead and do the lateral. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so now we're going to transition into our AP ankle. I'm going to roll this up here just like that. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put the receptor under the patient, which I already did. I should have showed you guys. All I did was lift up the leg, and then I placed my receptor underneath. I want to be centered midway between the malleoli here. So I'm going to go ahead and just pick that up and then put your leg down there. There we go. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to open up to about 8 inches in length. All right. So it's going to be about the distal 1/3 of the lower limb. All right. So right now, there we go. This is 8 inches right here. So this is 8 inches. This is 8 inches, and that would be 8 inches. Right. So on average, about 24 inches for the lower limb. And I'm going to go ahead and get them centered here. So I want it to go ahead and be, the central ray to be between the malleoli, and I want to be down this long axis here of his tibia here. His foot's going to be dorsiflex just like that. And I'm going to open up collimation on the edges just a little bit there. There we go. I'll put my marker here. So here's your AP ankle, and you're only going to see just 2 of the joint spaces. All right. You're not going to see this joint space here. You're going to see the medial joint space and this superior joint space. You're not going to see that lateral joint space until we do the Mortise. And that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to go ahead, pick up your foot and turn. Keep your foot dorsiflex. We're going to turn your foot and your leg. There you go, 15-20 degrees inward. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers on the malleoli here, just like that. And as long as my fingers are going to be intersecting together, there we go, right there. As long as they're intersecting together, that means the intermalleolar plane, the plane between the malleoli, are going to be parallel to the image receptor. So this here is going to be your Mortise, all right? So this is going to be to see all 3 sides now of the joint space here. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in the middle and just rotate there. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and just slide this over just a hair. There we go, till I get that down in the middle. All right, I'll put my marker over here this time. Okay, so this is going to be your Mortise. And again, it's a 3-sided joint space. So you'll see the lateral joint space, the superior joint space, and the medial joint space open. So the Mortise, again, is going to be crucial to demonstrate the alignment, especially after trauma. So the top of the Mortise, the roof, it's got a funny name. It's called the plafond. Sounds like a French dessert, but the top of the roof of the Mortise is called the plafond. But again, we want the intermalleolar plane to be parallel. I want this long axis to go right down the middle, and this is your Mortise. And now we're going to do a 45 degree, an AP oblique medial rotation, 45 degrees. All right, so now, there we go, right there. So now the malleoli are 45 degrees. So if I were to do this, I'm going to go ahead and see this lateral joint space open. Okay, so if I did it at 45 degrees now, the Mortise is an oblique, but it's done at 15-20 degrees. This here, you guys, is going to be, I'm going to open up the collimation just a little bit here. There we go. And I'm going to get them centered right in that middle so I don't cut off this portion of the ankle, but pretty much the ankle is here to here. So now he is at 45 degrees. All right, so this again is going to open up that tibial fibular joint space on that lateral side. So this is when you would do this oblique projection. Then, if you were to go ahead and do an AP oblique, and you went ahead and did 45 degrees, this rotation here, okay? So you're doing a lateral rotation oblique. This is not very common, but if you were to do it, you would go ahead and see the medial joint space open here, just like that. So you do the lateral rotation to see the medial side, and you do medial rotation to see the lateral side. Keep that in mind. So now I'm going to transfer into my laterals. Okay, so we just turned him into a lateral position here now. So now we're going to dorsiflex his foot again. And I want his lower leg and his foot to form like an L shape, okay? So again, if it's trauma, you guys, you're going to be limited in what you can do. Sometimes you have to do cross-table laterals. All right, we eventually want to do some trauma videos, and we'll do that with a mobile unit. So hopefully we'll get to that soon. We've just been crazy busy with everything that's going on. We have the group that's doing the recordings. They're going to be getting ready to take their ART exam soon. So we're preparing for that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and be, again, 8 inches in length for the collimation. I'm going to put this right marker right over here. I have the foot dorsiflexed. Make sure I'm not cutting off the heel. And here we go. So this is your lateral ankle. Now, if they had ankle surgery and they had an ORIF, you might have to go ahead and center a little bit lower and open up your collimation longer. So don't be afraid to do that, you guys. What I'm teaching you here is what the textbook states that we should be doing. And then again, that's for the ART exam content specification. But you know, in the field, we have to sometimes modify that, and that's okay. You know, and the ART understands that, but for test purposes, I'm teaching you guys what it goes off in the book. So again, you're gonna be centered on the medial malleolus, 8 inches in length. The foot is dorsiflexed, and that's pretty much it here, you guys. So we got the lateral ankle, and again, if they had an ankle surgery, they had an RF, you're gonna have to maybe go down lower and open up the collimation longer, and that's okay. All right, but there you go, you guys. That's your ankle. Hello, everyone, you guys. Thank you very much for watching the videos. I'm hoping that they're helping you out. Please make sure that you subscribe and that you hit the notification bell to be notified about new videos. Again, remember to be good to yourself and be good to others. Thank you.